Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about the first battle of the American Civil War, a battle I find fascinating and that I learned about by reading a book by Eric Larkson. It's called The Demon of Unrest. Be sure to check that out, and please like and comment on this video and subscribe to my channel unless you don't want to. The Battle of Fort Sumter was the bombardment of Fort Sumter near Charleston, South Carolina, by the South Carolina militia. It ended with the surrender of the fort by the Union Army, beginning the American Civil War. Following the Declaration of Secession by South Carolina on December 20th, 1860, its authorities demanded that the U.S. Army abandon its facilities in Charleston Harbor. 6 days later, Major Robert Anderson of the U.S. Army secretly moved his small command from the vulnerable Sullivan's Island to Fort Sumter, a substantial fortress built on an island controlling the entrance of Charleston Harbor. An attempt by then-President James Buchanan, Lincoln's predecessor, to reinforce and resupply Anderson using the unarmed merchant ship Star of the West failed when it was fired upon by shore batteries on January 9th, 1861. The ship did not suffer major damage, but nonetheless kept the supplies from reaching Anderson. During the early months of 1861, the situation around Fort Sumter increasingly began to resemble a siege. In March, P.G.T. Beauregard, the first general officer of the newly formed Confederate States Army, was placed in command of Confederate forces in Charleston. Beauregard directed the strengthening of batteries around Charleston Harbor aimed at Fort Sumter. Conditions in the fort deteriorated due to shortages of men, food, and supplies as the Union soldiers rushed to complete the installation of additional guns. The supply of Fort Sumter became the first crisis of the administration of President Lincoln, inaugurated in March of 1861,